Hello and welcome to the next video review for the Wind and the Willows series. We are at the height of summer now, very hot weather here in England, or certainly where I am anyway, and what better episode to show than Fighting Fit. Very hot weather in this one, and makes me hot just thinking about what the episode's about as well. Toad getting into being a sportsman, or gymnastics and keeping fit and all of that. Great episode, love this one. I remember it very well from a compilation video that came out in the 90s, Fun and Games video that I'm sure some of you probably had. So let's dive into it. Press play right now. Okay, so Fighting Fit. This is from Series 4, so this is one of the episodes taking place during the railway problem course, which made up Series 4. So this was directed by Jackie Cockle, and animator-wise we've got Sue Pugh and Paul Berry. I mean, all of the crews are fantastic teams, but I think, yeah, Sue Pugh and Paul Berry, you can always tell their episodes. I think, particularly with the Toad, the type of Toad puppet that they had seemed to have the most expression, or they got the most expression out of him. But yeah, I do love this one. I do remember it being, I think the first time I saw it was on another compilation video that I probably rented, I think. And it was with the usual kind of other series. It would be with Danger Mouse, Count Duckula, I think. If any of you know what that video was, I'd love to know, because I'm trying to track it down for my collection behind me. And it's probably the only one I haven't got, if I'm honest, compilation wise. But then, of course, as I say, later it was re-released on the Fun and Games video in, I think, 1997 around that time, along with 4 other episodes. So, as the narrator said at the beginning there, it's July and it's hot. The way he says hot, we know it's hot. Although it still amazes me, the clothes that they're wearing. Badger's still got his waistcoat on. You think he'd just have a shirt on. Mole's got his waistcoat. Only Ratty looks to be the most sensible, has the most sensible clothing. So, like quite a few of the episodes in Series 4, this one opens very seriously. We've got Badger, Ratty and Mole very concerned about the railway. They've travelled, they've just gone on this long hike to see. You can hear in the background the noises of the railway being built. So yeah, they've come to investigate. Kind of nice really that Toad's with them. You know, at this point we feel that Toad is actually on board with it all, and he's as concerned as they are, or at least he's been talked into it, which I'm sure he has. I love that we can just hear Toad before we can see him.
I said I wouldn't bother with the last few yards.
So there's some lovely animation of Toad here with his panting. He's completely exhausted. That rucksack we've seen before in the Open Road again, very much earlier in the episode. I think I got that right. It's certainly in the Lost River anyway, which is an earlier episode in Series 4, which I've reviewed. Look at that beautiful animation of his wrist there, sort of trying to keep himself cool there. And the eyelids, you've got the low eyelids, showing a lot of expression there, showing that he's hot. They really went to town with Toad's eyes and his cheeks as well, as you can see.
Look, can't I just have a little rest? Of course you can, Toad.
And I think this is a really good script. It's Brian Truman, of course, one of his wittiest scripts. No weasels in this one, but it's another great example of an episode that's extremely funny, extremely well written, and of course a lot of the comedy comes from Toad. Now, I often talk about character development, and I think this is interesting how Mole usually is the one that's almost, I wouldn't say he's always siding with Toad, but he seems the most understanding, perhaps the most loyal, even though, of course, we know they're all equally loyal. But the fact that he's hanging back here, trying to explain to Toad, trying to kind of He's genuinely concerned.
I don't matter. Go
And I
on.
like that, and that is
Goodbye.
definitely the case in many episodes where Badger and Ratty have gone off. I mean, last one, well, 2 episodes ago, the one I reviewed, Hot Air, we had that where Moles remained loyal to Toad and he's seeing him off from the bullying and all that.
Poor battered Bobby. Worn out.
Now this is Toad kind of soliloquising, talking to himself, which he does often, and I like that. Great writing there, and great performance where it's suddenly realisation is going on, he's soliloquising, he's going on about, oh, woe is me and all of that, and then he realises, actually, I'm starving, where's the box? I've always felt, I don't know why, this set looks a bit artificial to me. You know, I don't often criticise the series, because, you know, I love it, but there's something about the brickwork there, it looks a bit false. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. I guess it just doesn't look weathered enough. And it's not a set we see that often, this set. And I do like David Jason's performance here, where he's totally out of breath. It makes me wonder if David Jason went for a run first or jogged on the spot just to get into character.
You're telling me. You see.
Another way he did you 3 there, he sort of gestured to all of them, really nice there. And look at that composition where we've got that space, we've got his bed. I like the editing in this one as well. You got shots of Toad sort of listening, and that's really nice. Where you get shots, you know, we're not always cutting just to the character who's talking. We've got a lot of kind of reaction shots, and we cut to the wide when it feels necessary. And an interesting point with this series, which I've learned from quite a few people who worked on it, by the time they got to series 4, I think budgets were a little bit tighter, and obviously doing wide shots costs more money because they take more time, they've got more characters to animate, the setting up can often take longer and all of that, so there's generally less of them, but I don't really notice that. I guess when you look at series 1 episodes, they're kind of a bit more elaborate in some ways, very ambitious. By this point, it became, as Peter Saunders has quoted before, a kind of a talking head show. But the characters do talk to each other. That's the essence of the series. But look here, there are quite a few wide shots in this episode. So this is Ratty being good old sarcastic Ratty. Brian Truman making full use of the animal that was Peter Sallis. Now Ratty's trying to apologise, but Toad won't have any of it. And it's nice to see this, where Badger's actually a bit irritated with Ratty. I love it, I don't know about you, but I love it when I see that in the series. We certainly see it in the Tale of Two Toads special, which I will review right at the end when I'm through everything else. But when the other characters almost fall out with each other, we certainly see them fall out with Toad very often. But sometimes that makes us feel that Badger, Ratty and Mole are like a unit. They all get on all the time, but they don't, and I love that. There's a maturity to the writing when that happens. We certainly saw it then when Badger was a bit irritated. Yes, with Toad, but also with Ratty by starting it. I love this scene where Toad is basically reading about all the apparatus that he can get to kind of make himself fit. Gymnastic equipment, so this is obviously his latest craze. And the fact that he's eating chocolates all the way through the evening. The most unhealthy thing you could do, and I love that contrast, I think it's brilliant. Now this is Toad's library that we see quite a bit in series 4. I think I'm right in saying we don't see it in series 3. We see the billiard room in series 3. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the library kind of was a set created for series 4. But maybe I'm forgetting 1 or 2 in series 3. And it's a lovely set. I'd love to do a plan of Toad Hall one day to work out where all the rooms are. Now, I think Toad's bedroom is flipped throughout the series as well, the window. Now, what impresses me again with this scene is the fact that it's just Toad on his own. Again, he's soliloquising or kind of talking to himself, gets away with it more, and it makes more sense when he's actually reading aloud. But it's always impressive to see the whole performance come together, and he's not just sat there. The director has actually said, right, we want Toad to be walking around, using the set, using the space. And of course, Paul Berry would have been doing Toad here. Absolute master of his craft. Absolutely new Toad, and sadly Paul Berry's no longer with us, but from what I've heard, he loved Toad. He loved him as a character, as did Barry. How could you not? How could you not love animating that character? Even though, from what I gather, he was an extremely difficult and challenging character to animate, because he's never still for a moment. He's always got this energy about him. But you've got to keep the animation uncluttered. So you look at this animation here. Look at how you've got these very clear poses, very clear shapes, clear silhouettes. There's no unnecessary movement. Like he's holding the paper up there. It doesn't need to move around. He's holding it up clearly. He's talking, gesturing with his other hand, and that's how the character and the emotion come through. Like there, adjustable. Got that lovely gesture there, adjustable. Beautiful. And being an animator myself, I admire this. And that's why the animation in this has been such an influence on me. I've worked on. Typical Toad, isn't it? Where are all these chocolates gone? Almost reminiscent of an early episode, The Storm, which I reviewed, of course. This music here is a lovely little piece that Keith Hopwood made available to me. It's called Rocking Chair. Perfect title, isn't it? And it always, whenever I hear that piece, and I hear the music, I just think of Ratty and Mole at the riverbank. From series 4 onwards.
Far away, I suppose you'd call it. Oh dear. I say badger, you don't think.
So here we go, alas. Yes, Badger's realised. And have you noticed it's always, well, very often it's Badger who points out to the others it's another craze, and you almost wonder, well, how could the others not see that? They always say, oh, you don't think, and Badger will go, yes, it's another craze.
It's no use worrying. We can't afford to waste the time on Toad's crazes. Indeed not.
And it's at times like this, in episodes like this, where you realise why they made a series out of Even the Willows, out of that original story. Toad being obsessed with cars, you could see how that character could be obsessed with any number of things. And indeed, most of the episodes revolve around Toad's crazes. But thank goodness not all of them do. That would have been a bit repetitive. Look at that camera movement. Tricky shot to have done that would have been in those days, because you're shooting on film. You've got to get the camera moving just right, you've got to plan it out properly. I love the comedy in this whole scene of Toad trying to get everything to work, and of course he gets irritated. We've all been there, we know how he feels. That kick didn't quite work for me though. I've always, even as a child, I thought that kick was a bit odd in the animation. It's just the movement forward wasn't erratic enough for me, it wasn't quick enough. And he held on it too much. I shouldn't fault the animation too much, it's so perfect most of the time. Now this is great direction here, the shot here, that one, that just, it's almost like the punch bag is kind of sat there reacting, but there's no reaction obviously. And you really feel how tough this brown paper is, isn't it? You can just feel it, the way it's animated. He's got no patience at all, has he? It would be nice to have had a pull focus there on the shot, but you know.
Not to give him the chance of joining in, Ratty. No, I suppose not. You're a good chap, Mole. No, Toad's a good chap, really, you know. And when he sees a sort of campaign...
So again, this is another great episode from Series 4 that's got that balance of the craziness with Toad's craze against the seriousness of the railway. And I think... I'll probably be controversial when I say this, but I genuinely think Series 4 is the best series of the 5. for that reason. I think I love this railway problem that runs through it, and you've got that great balance. And it's something for Ratty, Mole and Badger to focus on, something to keep them interested in a serious issue. And it's a great contrast, but it does highlight well, Toad's bad sides, doesn't it? The weak sides to his character. Look at that lovely walking. And talking about budgets, I am impressed by the amount of walking in Series 4, particularly this episode. Walking, as any animator knows, takes time. Stuff. The way Ratty pronounces this stuff, and how Toad is making, really making a point of the fact that he's disgusted by the way he called it stuff. So the way he's pronouncing the word stuff, it's almost phonetically.
Never mind my bandage nose. I mean, my muscular development, my biceps.
And I love this the way he doesn't know the word. Yeah. My back muscles. Goes to the easy option. I keep pointing out so many shots I love, but this one of Toad here. Beautifully observed, beautifully done. And Ratty's smile there, he's thinking. Just love it, I love the animation in this one. Reminds me of Lord Toad a little bit, which I've reviewed of course before. If you look back on that one, there's many close-ups of Toad like that, of just sort of looking down, and it's not just looking at the characters, it's looking them up and down, which we've all seen in real life. You're looking at someone up and down, you're saying, oh, okay, yeah, I beg your pardon, you know. Now, Toad's costume here exists still, thankfully, in the archive. And when I was looking through, identifying everything, it was actually with the Paper Chase costume. They were actually together in an envelope, and I thought, well, that's appropriate. Toad's two sportsman outfits. Smashed the window there, I think.
Not that I really need them.
And again, you really feel the tension. You really feel that strain that he's... Of course, he whacks his hand as well. Now, this is an impressive shot as well. Not only have you got him walking, but the timing of this to get it right. Beautifully done. Really fixed to the floor, that, isn't it? It really animates bats. They would have had an animatable wire there. I guess some sort of alley wire or something. And it always impresses me in those days where you see things falling in mid-air, like Ratty dropping his stick there. And of course the ball being thrown. You need frames where they're either hanging in the air to keep them there, or they're stuck to an object or puppet around them. These days, of course, you've got rigging, as I've said before. You can paint the rigs out.
This one, Toad. Despite our earlier communications, we have to date had
Toad, so like a child, so like a child, isn't he? Just whining and kind of, he's only concerned about his pain.
And must again remind you that the period
This is so serious. The fact that he's kind of not acknowledged these letters or not responded to them.
dated over a month ago.
We're totally with Ratty, Mole and Badger here, because we think he's such an idiot. He should have done something about it. Oh, I love the presence Badger has here as well. Not only because he's a bigger puppet, but it's the way he's stood there shaking his head. Beautifully done. I love this. That reaction.
The whole way of life of an entire community.
Toad, you are a silly, selfish, thoughtless...
Now, I don't know why, but it's not convincing enough for me with Ratty there. I don't know what it is. I think it's something because he showed so much. Maybe in the previous scene he was so happy to take part with the ball and everything. And he's kind of smiling there. He's got a cheerful look. He didn't look angry enough, Ratty. Something about it.
What can one say but...
We all know. Oh, Toad. Oh, Toad. tremble of the lip here. Beautiful. Now to get that tremble, those paddles had to be so fine and beautiful, just perfectly rigged so that you could just get that up and down movement. Literally just a poke of the lip. Yeah, wonderful episode. I think one of the funniest and at the same time one of the most serious, and again that's why I love that contrast. Probably in the whole of series 4 is the one with the most contrast between the seriousness and the mind you, you've got episodes like Remember, at the end that's quite devastating, and Lord Toad to some extent. I guess as series 4 goes on, as we get towards that ultimate final episode, Happy New Year, it gets more serious, I guess, because obviously the railway is getting closer. So if you look at the episodes, it does kind of get like that. And the beauty of me doing these reviews in seasonal order is that we do every month. We get one from series 4, of course, because they were produced in that way. There was an episode for every month, and 2 of them were New Year episodes. But there we go, Fighting Fit. Absolutely love that. I'd love to hear your comments on this one. I think it is one of the best in series 4. I really do. And I love it when that one and Toad's Harvest, which I'm looking forward to reviewing. That is one of my all-time favourites in the whole series. Yeah. So yeah, let me know. And please, if anyone does remember that video I'm talking about, not the Fun and Games one, but before that, there was a compilation video where Fighting Fit was released on it, and that's the first time I saw it. And I just saw it on this video that I rented, and I wish I could track it down. So please do let me know. So thank you for the comments as always, and please do subscribe if you haven't already, and join me next week for, it's a bit of an odd one because it's not really a summer episode, but it's the only real place I felt I could put it, and it's Mole's Cousin. Classic one from series 1. But the thing about it is it doesn't seem to be set at any particular time of year. There's no clue to me. I guess if you really study the foliage and the flowers you'd find out, but it feels kind of like a summer episode to me. And out of all the seasons, there's actually less episodes set in the summer than any other season for some reason. So that's why I put Mole's Cousin in the summer period, as well as the Further Adventures of the Toad, which is the very first episode, and that's coming up in a few weeks' time as well. So please do join me next week for that, and enjoy this glorious summer weather, and I shall see you soon. All the best, take care.